push to 2018 finals begins to heat up. Not to mention, who you think's going where in the 2018 NBA draft? This is Nothing But That B-Ball Talk. Let's go. Welcome to the fourth episode of Nothing But That B-Ball Talk podcast. I hope you guys enjoy your Memorial Day.
Absolutely. Happy Memorial Day to all.
This is Rafique Louison.
And this is Marlon Louison.
And we're going to be talking about the craziest news stats from college to the pros on Nothing But That B-Ball Talk.
Yes, sir.
Let's start it off with the second round matchups as we had the Houston Rockets take out the Utah Jazz 4-1. What are your impressions on that series?
Man, shout out to Donovan Mitchell. I mean, he put up a fight. I don't think they really need to leave that one with their heads low down, you know? Like, they really put it all on the floor out there. But I think we all knew Houston was going to take that one.
Yeah, I mean, I was kind of having second thoughts after the Jazz won Game 2 with a crazy performance by Donovan Mitchell. And the next Vince Carter is Vince Carter. But Houston took both games to Utah. That pretty much settled the series right there.
Yeah, that settled the score at that point. We all knew what it was going to be.
The shooting of James Harden, Chris Paul, Eric Gordon, the X-Factor resiliency of Trevor Ariza, not to mention Mr. Blockshot himself, Capella.
Yeah, Clint Capella, man. It's like they haven't skipped a beat after getting rid of Dwight Howard.
No, they did
Crazy.
not. He was what Dwight Howard wasn't.
Yeah.
Dominant center. We don't really have too many centers in the NBA now these days because it's been too focused on three-point shooting.
I wouldn't say Capella's dominant per se, but I see what you're saying. Like, he holds it down in the paint, you know? Like, he's an anchor for them.
Yeah, he really is. Now, on to another series. The Cavaliers sweeping Toronto.
Man, yo, what did we say the last podcast? I might have to lose my presidency for the LeBron James the union, man. I might have to get kicked out because I did not think they were going to win that. And he just exceeded expectations yet again, as he always does, and swept them completely.
Listen, I said that the Cavaliers were going to win, but I didn't expect them to win the sweep. I mean, Toronto, you literally have the number one seed. You mean to tell me you get swept like that against the Cleveland Cavaliers? Like,
they might really have to start calling the man Thanos, yo. Like, half the universe is wiped out when this guy comes through and does his thing, man.
You sleep on this guy way too much. I mean, I sleep on this guy way too much. I mean, I've had my years where I go up against this guy, but
shame on you.
It's just
shame
one of those times you can't really go against LeBron James.
You really can't. And I mean, this was the one year that I had like no faith in them making it as far as they did. And boy, oh boy, I'm sorry, Mr. LeBron James, sir. You'll never catch me saying anything bad about you ever again.
Yeah. I mean, especially after the game-winning shot in Game 3.
Oh,
man. I bet you Knox didn't think that was going on, too.
Man, all bank. At like 11 o'clock at night, the bank was still open. We still got the deposit.
Exactly.
Crazy.
On to another series, the Golden State Warriors and the New Orleans Pelicans. At least the Pelicans managed to get one game from them, unlike the 2015 series where the Warriors swept them.
Yeah.
Anthony Davis really grew up a lot in this year's playoffs compared to his last appearance in 2015.
Drew Holiday too, even though if I remember correctly, he didn't play the 2015 series.
I didn't expect the Pelicans to even get this far in the playoffs, but they did. Kudos to the Pelicans for a good run, but as expected, they couldn't take out the Golden State Warriors. Especially when Stephen Curry came back from his injury.
Oh yeah, he came out guns blazing. So when DeMarcus Cousins comes back, and if he re-signs with the Pelicans, what do you think happens? Do you think that they could take the Warriors out next year if they play them?
I wouldn't say they take the Warriors out, but it's going to be a much harder series than the last few years.
So 6 games, guaranteed.
6 games at least. Because with DeMarcus Cousins and Anthony Davis teaming up in the same time, nobody can stop the New Orleans Pelicans.
I'll say this. I think just because they pose such a great matchup with points in the paint and they have big men that could stretch the floor out, I think they stand a pretty good chance. I think all they really need right now is a solid like wing defender or wing player. You know what I mean? Like kind of like a Kent Bazemore type of dude to play the small forward spot.
You have the NBA draft in June to look at that.
Yeah.
And you also have free agency.
Also true. I hope they're able to make some more. I hope they keep him, man. I don't see any reason Cousins goes somewhere else. I think it's silly if he goes to the Lakers.
Yeah, it really would be silly. At least Philadelphia, speaking of Philadelphia, they got knocked out by the Boston Celtics. I expected them to put up a much better fight. I mean, this Boston Celtics team literally did not have Kyrie Irving and Gordon Hayward in this series. But yet, seeing how this Boston Celtics team evolved, round in and round out, it's just, you got to give it to the Boston Celtics.
Absolutely.
That overtime win in Game 3 really clinched the series right there. As hard as Philadelphia has played, by forcing a Game 5 and actually having a 4-point lead with just a minute and change left in Game 5, it's just, you got to give it to Philadelphia for their efforts in the postseason, but at the end of the day, the predictable happened.
But you know what? Simmons didn't come with it. Like, he had one game where he only scored a point or something like that.
Exactly.
How does that happen? That is unacceptable. You cannot do that.
The guy's only a rookie.
Nah,
the rookie is no excuse.
Rookie?
That way. Like,
I think that needs to be another podcast. Can a player who missed his first year still be a I don't think.
Nah, it really can't. Ben Simmons
with the team for a whole calendar year. He's like, reports said that Brett Brown was like consulting him at the end of games, like, yo, what do you think we could have done differently? You gotta so think about a guy like him, right? And then you think about guys like Donovan Mitchell and guys like Jason Tatum, fresh out.
They
fresh
came
out.
to ball.
And they came to
put up
ball.
Some unexpected numbers. Nobody really expected them to put up a serious run in the playoffs. Nobody expected Philadelphia to put up a serious run. They just... I have no comment on the Philadelphia 76ers. I mean, Ben Simmons should have at least showed more fight in that Game 2 when he was blowing out the Boston Celtics. So basically, his lack of presence on the court was the reason Boston came back and win that Game 2, and then later on to win that series.
Totally, man. You can't be worried about like what your shots look like if you go 6 for 24. I mean, people are gonna talk regardless. You still gotta lay it down on the court.
Yeah.
But I mean, they still don't really have much to worry about. I mean, they have cap, they have picks. They're gonna be all right.
Yeah, they're gonna be all right. Now we gotta recap the series of all series. The Eastern Conference Finals. Cavaliers and Celtics.
Man,
the Celtics, they came into this series undefeated at home. We thought they were actually gonna have this series won, regardless of the fact that LeBron James' Cavaliers kept their perfect streak at home from since that Game 1 L against Indiana.
Rafique, can we just have a moment of silence for all the LeBron haters out there right now?
Yes.
Just like quick 5 seconds. All right, we're back.
Yes.
Like, it's over. And so if you hate, like, here's my whole thing, right? Here's my whole thing about people who feel whatever about LeBron. If he's not your favorite player, that is quite all right. That's quite all right. Steph Curry's not my favorite player. Kobe Bryant growing up wasn't my favorite player. You're going to like guys, you're going to dislike guys. But to flat out talk about you hate this man and to flat out try to discredit everything this man has done throughout his career. I mean, this is the stamp. This is the stamp. Back against the wall. Game 7 in the TD Garden. And he still puts it all out on the line.
He shut down the Boston Celtics. Something they couldn't do in games 1, 2, and 5.
Right. And it was just him.
Down. It was just LeBron James. Kevin Love was out with an injury.
Shout out to Jeff Green with the 19 points. You know, he looked alive. Shout out to JR with some of the timely shots.
And
Jordan Clarkson.
LeBron James for having at least a double-double.
Of course.
And a 30-point game.
Of course, man.
In elimination games.
Yo, I'm saying it right now, man. Y'all, people out there need to stop it. People really need. It's irresponsible at this point in time. I know I'm getting into the bag, and we're supposed to be talking about basketball as a whole, but y'all need to quit it with all this LeBron hatred, man. It is erroneous for us to be doing it at this point in time. We need to pay homage to this man.
The guy's been to the finals
8 straight times.
9 finals overall.
Overall.
He only needs to make the finals 2 more times to tie Bill Russell.
Are you serious?
Yes, I'm serious.
I didn't even realize that.
They were showing it on ESPN.
Yo, nah, man. It's
he has the 3rd most finals appearance.
Listen, man, you talking about a guy who's never got caught up in any drama.
Nope.
He's never got caught up in any drug scandal, no sexual assault scandal. I mean, the man called our free leader a bum. You know what I mean? He called Trump a bum as a live tweet. We need to be paying some more respect to this guy.
Radio, I hope you're taking notes because regardless of the fact that I know you want to blame the referees, especially for that block on Tony Rozier III, but
I'm sure
if you ask me, he had no ball in that block.
He caught some hand, but it's okay. It's all right. It's all good.
Watching that block, I was like, nah, the Cavaliers are going to take this serious.
Yeah, totally.
the Cavaliers are taking this series.
I'm telling you.
There's no excuse to hate this guy now.
It's over, man. Y'all need to stop it. Y'all need to stop it. Like, for real, it's not funny anymore. You could make the ring jokes all you want, but the bottom line is the only thing that matters in the NBA right now is LeBron James and whoever LeBron James plays against.
Now, we got to get to the meat grinder.
Oh, tonight, right?
Yes. Who do you think is taking this series? But matter of fact, we're not even going to get to who's going to take this series. Let's talk about the possible matchups. How do you think the Cavaliers with LeBron James and Kevin Love, George Hill, Larry Lance Jr. is going to match up against Houston Rockets?
6 games, either way.
6 games either way.
I think Cleveland's interior defense is going to get exposed with Capella. I think he's going to be really getting after them with it. I think that's guaranteed 15 points for Houston. With that being said, I think it comes down to, is George Hill going to lock down Chris Paul, and is LeBron going to lock down Harden? Because we all know what LeBron's going to do on the offensive end. I think we know what he's capable of on the defensive end. I think it just comes down to if they could contain those two guys, then I mean the rest of the team, yeah, they could score the threes, but if they could stop those two, they have a good chance.
Yeah, they really do. I mean, the Houston Rockets are no Golden State Warriors, but they definitely have the 3-point offense to win the championship. And they definitely have the center that the Cavaliers have been lacking this whole season to get the job done.
And if you're Houston, you got to be looking at it like, look, we just got to attack the rim. I mean, Harden can literally bar his head underneath and drives every single time, and he will score. I mean, you saw all those Cavs playoff games. It was this layup drills. You just drive straight to the lane, you put your hand up, you put the ball on the white box next to the rim, and that's 2 points guaranteed plus a foul maybe. So Houston's got to look at it like we got to make it more of an inside game this time around, then stretch it out to the outside game, I think.
Yeah, you really do. I mean, it all comes down to whether LeBron shows up and the rest of his team shows up.
Yeah.
Because you can't rely on just LeBron James to win a series. This game, LeBron had to rely on his teammates. He wasn't dropping 40 points, but he was passing the ball so many times.
He didn't drop 40, but he put up what, 35?
35, 15, and 9.
Oh man.
When Kevin Love, their top rebounder, was out with an injury, LeBron did most of the rebounding on his own. Jeff Green put up some rebounds himself.
Yeah. Shout out to Jeff Green for real. I'm sure he's happy too because he beats his former team.
Everybody's happy that they beat Boston again.
Yeah, completely.
Don't sleep on the king.
Can never.
Now, how you think that this Cavaliers roster would match up against the Golden State
They
Warriors?
don't stand a chance. They don't stand a chance.
I wouldn't be no sure. I said that same opinion in 2016 when the Warriors won 72-9. And look what happened.
I think the difference between those two was they had Kyrie, right? And they had Kevin Love. And even though Kevin Love literally just like forgot how to play basketball for about 4 games, LeBron still had Kyrie as his road dog and to put up that 41 points. But you're talking about Kevin Durant is on their side and he's got George Hill maybe on his side. Plus, if you're talking about inside-outside game, if Houston could do that and shell out 6 games, Golden State could do that in a sweep. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not going to joke, Marlon.
It doesn't look too good for them if that's the case. I think Golden State easily wins that.
You said the same thing, round after round after round.
I mean, that is true, too. I
the Steven Smith mentality is just in your head.
It's true.
No
it's true. You're right.
You said the same thing. When after losing game 1 against the Indiana Pacers, they weren't going to get past these guys.
The proof's in the pudding.
Because
Cassie, right?
The Toronto Raptors were number 1 seed. You did not think they could take them out. They eked out a win in game 1, smoked them in game 2, buzzer beater in game 3, smoked them in game 4. The Cavaliers defeat a Celtics team that was undefeated at home going into the Eastern Conference Finals. They were a total no-show in game 1. Game 2, they were killing them up until third quarter. After that, the Cavaliers were no-show. Now, they took care of their business at home, but when it came down to those games in Boston up until game 7, Boston was just scoring nothing right. It was because of the well-balanced offensive attack and the defense of Jason Tatum, Jalen Brown, Tony Rozier, and Al Horford. LeBron defied the odds again.
That he did. You're right.
And he could do it again, regardless of what opponent he'll face. I mean, granted, the Cavaliers are 0-4 against both these potential NBA Finals opponents.
Oh, really?
But you forgot a low-key stat. Any year that Alabama wins the national champion, LeBron wins the finals.
Really? That's a stat. I didn't even realize that.
Did you even look at their post on CBS Sports?
No, I
Instagram
didn't check
page?
that out.
And in a year, basically Alabama's result in the national championship game back in January determines LeBron James' NBA Finals fate.
That's really cool. So we got a good chance this year.
We also have a good chance of not seeing a Warriors versus Cavs in the NBA Finals. I personally don't want to see a Warriors versus Cavs in the NBA Finals. Do you?
No. I'd much rather see Chris Paul and James Harden go out there and enjoy their first NBA Finals appearance, whether win or lose.
James Harden's been in the finals before, OKC.
Oh,
LeBron
yeah,
took
you're
him
right.
out. LeBron literally took the guy out.
That he did.
I do not know why you sleep on these teams. It's like, this has got to be the most unpredictable NBA Finals run LeBron has ever had.
Yeah, because, man, I mean, for those who listen, Rafique, every time we got on this podcast, I was like, yeah, no, they don't stand a chance. Like, and it's not because of LeBron. I'm not saying that because, I mean, anybody who knows me knows I know that man is incredible. But I was just saying that strictly because this team has been trash this whole postseason run. And yet, time after time again, at least one of those
He shut the media up.
He did.
LeBron
It's over.
shut the media up.
It's over. You cannot hate this man anymore. The only reason you can hate him is because he beats your favorite team. That's the only acceptable criteria.
He beat my Knicks in 2012 and the Nets in 2014. I made an exception to those years. Because Brooklyn was supposed to be the one to take out LeBron James' Heat back in 2014 when they took in the regular season.
I was kind of hoping they would. I was hoping Brooklyn beat Miami.
You was hoping Brooklyn beat? Never mind.
A little bit. Just a little.
LeBron overcome the odds again.
That's what he does, man. His whole life story is that. No father, single mother, low income neighborhood, poverty stricken. His whole life is beating odds. You know what I mean? I know we're going back and harping. I just don't get it. I really don't understand. This man is the Black American dream. He is what we all aspire towards. This man was reading The Alchemist a couple games before elimination. If anybody knows me, that's one of my favorite novels of all time. It really talks about having to sacrifice your fear and go after your dreams. And I mean, I just don't understand. If you don't like him, I get that. That's cool. If you don't like him, that's one thing. If you like, yo, Kobe's my man, Durant's my man, whatever, that's fine. But when you sit back and you're hating on him and you're hoping for his demise, you gotta ask yourself, bro. You gotta check yourself with that. You know what I'm saying?
You really do.
You really do. Because where's that coming from? Let that man go out there, win, lose, or draw. It is a blessing to see that man go out there and do what he does.
And it's a blessing to see this guy in the NBA Finals every year.
Again.
Every year.
Again. It's crazy. You don't even have to be a fan of him to recognize the greatness that is. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, I get what you're saying. Now, who you think will take Game 7 of the Western Conference Finals? But before we even get to that, what do you think about having both Conference Finals series go to a Game 7?
Incredible. When was the last time that even happened?
It was in the 1970s.
1970s? That's crazy. It's been great, man. This has been a really great postseason. Absolutely, from every series. I mean, even the ones that ended with sweeps still were pretty compelling in themselves. I think just about the only disappointing one was the Toronto.
Yeah, Toronto had the most disappointing run in the NBA
Yeah.
Finals. In the NBA, they had the number one seed and they...
Jinkies. That was bad. I can't think of any. Everything else has been pretty compelling.
Yeah, it really has. Oh, and I can't forget the so-called Big Three of the Oklahoma City Thunder. They had a disappointment. They disappointed me. Oh, my God.
I forgot about those guys. What are you going to do? It can't work out all the time. Some big threes work, some don't. You got to try it, right? But to lose to Utah with no Gordon Hayward, that was bad. a rookie-led Donovan Mitchell beat you guys? That's no good. That's no good. I hope they blow it up.
Yeah, they really
Blow it up. Yeah. Hope they find other places to go.
Who do you think wins the Western Conference Finals
Tonight, main event, huh?
Yes.
Who wins, huh? You want to know who I want to win or who I think is going to win?
Both.
Okay, who I want to win. I mean, Houston. I think that's just a great narrative. Like, they put this team together. They were talking that talk all year. They're like, yo, we're going to beat these guys. And now they're on the cusp of doing it. Golden State's going to win. I mean, at the end of the day, Chris Paul's hurt. James Harden had his chance of really, like, putting the team behind his back. And it just didn't happen like that. Klay Thompson said no. He denied him of that.
10% of me gave up on the Houston Rockets when they lost game 1 without even putting up much effort defensively. They scored a lot, but no defense.
Right. And I think they would have won if they won game 1.
But then when they won game 4 later that series, in game 5, strictly by shutting down potential game-winning or game-tied opportunities by Klay Thompson, the defense of Chris Paul shut down the Splash Brothers to have that advantage back.
True that. Yeah, man, they played really tough. I mean, they've exceeded expectations. I think a lot of people thought, even though they had like one horrific 40-point smacking, I think people thought that they would just kind of be here and then just get smoked. So it's very nice to see them to get to this opportunity. It's very unfortunate that it's where Chris Paul is questionable for the game itself.
Exactly.
You know, but I really hope they win. And it's not because well, let me not lie. I do kind of think Cleveland's chances of winning are better served going up against Houston and Golden State, so that's why I want Houston to win. But I just think it would be great for the sport if Houston goes to the finals and wins to Cleveland too, if that happened.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That would be... Either way, LeBron's going to have a tough run at the NBA Finals.
True that.
Because you're facing the Golden State Warriors team who you lost twice in the last 3 years. You're going to be going up against the Houston Rockets offense who literally improved a lot since the offseason.
Yeah.
Houston won't go down without a fight.
It won't. I hope... Is Chris Paul playing? Have we confirmed that?
Well, Chris Paul's a game-time decision, but if he does...
So that's a yes. We all know Chris Paul. If it's a game-time decision, it's a yes. I can't imagine the last game to decide whether or not he's going for a potential championship. He's playing that game.
Hey, the Cavaliers got it done without Kevin Love in Game 7. So don't think that the Houston Rockets can't win Game 7 without Chris Paul.
That's a tall task. I mean, there's Boston without Kyrie and Gordon Hayward, and then there's Golden State with Kevin Durant. That's a tall order. But I guarantee you Chris Paul's playing tonight.
Yeah, he really could. Stephen A. Smith, you better stop making these bad predictions, because... You keep jumping to conclusion too much, Stephen A. Smith.
Rafique, man, we don't even have like license or nothing like that. We don't get commercial break. We gotta chill, man. We can't come at anybody just yet.
Yeah, you're right.
Soon enough, maybe we'll get some sponsors. You know what I mean? When we get established, then we could talk. We could talk that talk. But we'll save that for off there.
I mean,
oh man, that's funny.
Yeah,
that's funny.
You're right.
Stephen A. be tweaking though.
That's as far as I'm gonna go.
Yeah. When we get them sponsors, we'll really get at them. We'll get at them, don't worry.
Yeah. What you thought about the Phoenix Suns winning the NBA draft lottery?
Whatever. You know, Phoenix. What are they gonna do with it? You know, if they're just collecting lottery picks at this point in time. They've been putting together players, but I think number one, I don't know if they're really assessing the right guys that they need. I remember there was a game after Eric Bledsoe got traded earlier in the season, and one of the commentators, I think it might have been Chris Webber, he was saying like the team just lacks identity. And I think that's a serious problem for Phoenix, because it's like, what do you guys do? Are you the like offensive juggernaut 7 seconds type of team where you want to score by any means? Do you want to lock guys down? You want to get timely stops? Because the only guy on the team that can really play defense is Josh Jackson.
Yeah, and then let's not forget they had the highest scoring point guard in Devin Booker.
Yeah, and then even then, like, he scored 70 points in like a losing effort. It's like, what's going on with this franchise? What do you?
I don't even know what. Honestly, After the Steve Nash era, I don't even know where this Phoenix Suns franchise is going. You can't really, even when you're following this team, you're not really following this team because what is the point of all these in and out moves? Like,
I mean, so there's always teams in divisions that are just like the byproduct of playing in a tough like division, and they're one of them. Like, I can't necessarily fault them. They're going up against Golden State, the Lakers, the Clippers, the Kings, and all of those teams pretty much like head and shoulders better than them.
Yeah.
Well, maybe not
true.
the Kings. The Suns can beat the Kings, but like if you gotta go up against Golden State 4 times, that's 4 guaranteed losses. If you go up against the Clippers 4 times, that's 4 guaranteed losses. Even the Lakers, like, although they're not they're not elite by any means, they still could beat Phoenix 4 times. You know,
a lot of teams can beat Phoenix 2 to 4 times.
Yeah. So it's always tough when you gotta play in divisions like that. So with that being said, though, they just still, I feel, lack a sense of urgency. I think they lack a sense of what they want to do with their franchise too.
Yeah, they really do. I mean, the leading scorer last year was T.J. Warren with 19.6 per game.
Yeah, I forgot he really upped his scoring this season.
Yeah, he really have. I mean, some years Phoenix Suns are guaranteed wins. Some years they're unexpected loss for all the lottery teams. Speaking of lottery teams, where do you think players like Trae Young and Michael Briggs will end up in this year's NBA draft?
I'm stumped on that one.
Yeah.
I don't know. You think Trae Young gets drafted pretty high?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Well, he's projected to be drafted number 9 or 10.
Oh, that's right around the Knicks territory, right? The Knicks got what? The 9th pick?
Yeah, it really is. The Knicks, they have the 9th pick. Before them, it's the Cleveland Cavaliers, who only have that pick because of that Boston Celtics trade with Kyrie Irving.
With the Brooklyn deal.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I could see Trae Young going to the Knicks. I mean, they don't have Phil Jackson anymore, so I don't think they're gonna try and go for like this worldly guy that's not like, they're gonna go for a guy that has talent out the gate. So I could see them going for that. And they need a guard too. So I really hope they get that.
Yeah, not a lot of teams in the NBA that draft before the Knicks need a point guard.
Yeah.
The only exception would be the Memphis Grizzlies or the Orlando Magic or the Dallas Mavericks or the Chicago Bulls. That would be the only exception.
Right. So we're on this website, seccounty.com, and they have a mock draft, and they're saying that they think Phoenix is going to take Luka Doncic. Really solid, foreign. They've been talking. I've seen his name for like the last 2 to 3 years. I don't think it could hurt. I think they need a point guard, and the guy has he has pretty solid court vision.
But don't forget the hometown kid, DeAndre Ayton.
DeAndre Ayton?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, they have the luxury of going after whoever they really want because they could fill any of those positions, with the exception of small forward maybe. They have the luxury of like picking a guy and kind of just seeing where it goes.
Yeah, I mean,
DeAndre Ayton might be a good look. When is it DeAndre? I meant to say Mo Bamba. He might be a pretty good look for them too because they could use a big man.
They need a guy to start behind Tyson Chandler. And DeAndre Ayton can start behind Tyson Chandler. And not to mention, he's the Arizona native.
Oh, that'd be a good look. That would be a good look.
And let's not forget, the NBA draft is going to be a major toss-up. We cannot sleep on these young guys.
Nah, man. I think, and I hope the talent just keeps getting better and better. Because I think what might happen, ideally, is that it'll allow the NBA to expand. Yeah. Get some more teams in some new cities. So that'd be a good look.
Yeah, it really would. Well, that is it with another episode of Nothing But That People Talk podcast.
Sure.
I'm Rafique Louison once again. You can hit me up on my Instagram, Rafique_LouisBK. My Twitter, RafLouis25. Well, yeah. Marlon, what's your Twitter? Instagram,
Scholarman _M. That's the Instagram handle. That's all I got. I got Facebook, Louison.
Louison.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would work.
Yeah.
And to all the big balls out there, including the ones that's about to get to the NBA Finals and Game 7 of the Conference Finals,
get your head in the game.